Question 1. What is a blind intersection, defined as in standard driving regulations? Option A. An intersection where the traffic lights are entirely broken. Option B. An intersection where you cannot see cross traffic for 100 feet in either direction. Option C. An intersection strictly controlled by yield signs. Correct answer is Option B. An intersection where you cannot see cross traffic for 100 feet in either direction. A blind intersection occurs when your view of the cross street is blocked by buildings, trees, bushes, or parked cars for the last 100 feet before entry. At these intersections, you should slow down to 15 miles per hour or less to give yourself enough time to react if a hidden vehicle suddenly pulls out. Question 2. When driving at night, within how many feet of an oncoming vehicle must you dim your high beams? Option A. Within 200 feet. Option B. Within 300 feet. Option C. Within 500 feet. Correct answer is Option C. Within 500 feet. Standard U.S. driving regulations state you must dim your high beams within 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle to avoid blinding the driver. Additionally, you must dim them within 300 feet when following directly behind another vehicle so your lights don't reflect into their rearview mirror. Question 3. What does a blue painted curb indicate? Option A. Parking is restricted to commercial loading and unloading. Option B. Parking is reserved exclusively for persons with disabilities. Option C. Parking is open to the public with no time limitations. Correct answer is Option B. Parking is reserved exclusively for persons with disabilities. A blue curb is strictly reserved for vehicles displaying a valid disabled person placard or specialized license plate. Parking here illegally carries some of the highest fines on the road, often starting at hundreds of dollars and resulting in an immediate vehicle tow. Question 4. At an intersection where there are no traffic signs or signals, which vehicle goes first? Option A. The vehicle traveling at the highest rate of speed. Option B. The vehicle that is turning left across traffic lanes. Option C. The vehicle that arrives at and enters the intersection first. Correct answer is Option C. The vehicle that arrives at and enters the intersection first. At an uncontrolled intersection, right-of-way goes to the vehicle that arrives and enters the intersection first. If two vehicles arrive at the exact same time, the rule of thumb is that the vehicle on the left must yield to the vehicle on the right. Question 5. What is the primary purpose of a safety glass windshield on a modern motor vehicle? Option A. To protect passengers from dangerous UV sun rays. Option B. To prevent the roof from collapsing during a vehicle rollover. Option C. To resist shattering into jagged pieces upon impact. Correct answer is Option C. To resist shattering into jagged pieces upon impact. Modern windshields are made of laminated safety glass, which sandwiches a layer of clear plastic polyvinyl butyrol, PVB, between two sheets of glass. This ensures that even during a major impact, the glass spiderwebs, instead of shattering into jagged shards that could injure passengers. Question 6. This sign means? Option A. Railroad crossing. Option B. Light rail. Option C. Train station. Correct answer is option C. Train station. This guide sign indicates the location of a train or railway station nearby. It helps travelers find passenger rail services. Drivers wishing to access the station should follow the sign and any additional directional signs leading to the entrance or parking area. Question 7. When can you legally drive off the paved roadway onto the shoulder to pass another vehicle? Option A. Whenever the vehicle ahead is traveling too slowly. Option B. Only if the shoulder is paved and wide enough for your car. Option C. Under no circumstances is this legal. Correct answer is option C. Under no circumstances is this legal. Passing on the shoulder is strictly illegal under any circumstance because shoulders are designated solely for emergency stops, breakdowns, and emergency vehicles. Driving on them is highly dangerous due to accumulated road debris and nails that can cause immediate tire blowouts. Question 8. What does a steady yellow X signal over a traffic lane on a highway or bridge mean? Option A. The lane is safely open for all regular traffic. Option B. You should move out of this lane because it is about to change directions or close. Option C. The lane is designated for emergency vehicles only. Correct answer is option B. You should move out of this lane because it is about to change directions or close. A steady yellow X overhead signal indicates that the lane you are currently traveling in is about to be closed, restricted, or reversed. You must safely signal and move out of this lane into an open lane as quickly and carefully as possible before the signal changes to a red X. Question 9. If you are involved in a minor fender bender crash on a busy highway and nobody is hurt, what should you do? Option A. Leave your car exactly where it stopped until the police arrive. Option B. Move your vehicle off the travel lanes onto the shoulder if safe to do so. Option C. Remain inside your vehicle with the doors locked and wait. Correct answer is option B. Move your vehicle off the travel lanes onto the shoulder if safe to do so. If your car is drivable and nobody is hurt, you should immediately move it out of the active traffic lanes onto the shoulder. Leaving a stationary car in a fast lane creates an extreme risk for a secondary, much more violent rear-end collision and causes major traffic gridlock. Question 10. What does a green-colored curb signify regarding parking laws? Option A. Parking is allowed for a limited, specific amount of time. Option B. Parking is reserved exclusively for electric vehicle charging. Option C. Parking is prohibited during standard business hours. Correct answer is option A. Parking is allowed for a limited, specific amount of time. A green curb marks a limited time parking zone. The specific time limit, ranging from 10 to 30 minutes, is usually painted directly onto the concrete curb or posted clearly on an adjacent street sign, and it is strictly enforced during normal business hours. Question 11. When turning right at an intersection, where should your vehicle be positioned? Option A. In the far left lane to give yourself plenty of turning room. Option B. In the lane closest to the right-hand curb or edge of the road. Option C. In the center lane of a multi-lane roadway. Correct answer is Option B. In the lane closest to the right-hand curb or edge of the road. To make a safe right turn, you must move into the lane closest to the right-hand curb well in advance. This prevents other vehicles, especially motorcyclists or cyclists, from attempting to pass you on the right side while you are actively slowing down to execute the turn. Question 12. Do you know the meaning of this sign? Option A. T intersection. Option B. Dead end. Option C. Crossroad. Correct answer is Option A. T intersection. This warning sign alerts drivers that the road they are traveling on ends at a T intersection ahead. Drivers must slow down, be prepared to stop or yield if required, and decide whether to turn left or right. Continuing straight is not possible. Question 13. What is the function of a vehicle's differential? Option A. It allows the drive wheels to rotate at different speeds when turning. Option B. It regulates the air-to-fuel ratio inside the engine cylinders. Option C. It controls the deployment timing of the steering wheel airbag. Correct answer is Option A. It allows the drive wheels to rotate at different speeds when turning. When a car turns, the outside wheels must travel a longer distance around the curve than the inside wheels. The differential is a set of gears that allows the left and right drive wheels to rotate at different speeds, so the tires don't skip, scrub, or lose traction during a turn. Question 14. What does a solid white line painted across an intersection lane mean? Option A. It marks the start of a pedestrian walking path zone. Option B. It shows where drivers must stop their vehicles for a red light or stop sign. Option C. It indicates a lane reserved exclusively for bicycles. Correct answer is Option B. It shows where drivers must stop their vehicles for a red light or stop sign. This line is officially called a limit line or stop line. It marks the exact legal boundary where your vehicle's front bumper must come to a complete stop for a stop sign or red light, ensuring you do not block the pedestrian crosswalk or stick out into cross traffic. Question 15. Under what circumstance are you allowed to cross a double, solid yellow line? Option A. When you are turning left into a private driveway or alleyway. Option B. To pass a slow-moving commercial truck on a straight road. Option C. Whenever there are no oncoming cars visible ahead of you. Correct answer is Option A. When you are turning left into a private driveway or alleyway. While a double solid yellow line strictly prohibits passing other vehicles, you are legally permitted to cross it when making a left turn into or out of a private driveway, a business alleyway, or an intersecting side road, provided it can be done safely without blocking traffic. Question 16. What should you do if your vehicle's engine begins to overheat while you are stuck in heavy traffic? Option A. Turn the air conditioner on to its maximum cooling setting. Option B. Turn off the engine immediately and leave the vehicle in the lane. Option C. Turn off the air conditioner and turn on the heater to full blast. Correct answer is Option C. Turn off the air conditioner and turn on the heater to full blast. If your temperature gauge spikes, turning off your air conditioning instantly reduces the heavy load on your engine. Turning the cabin heater on to maximum blast acts as a secondary radiator, drawing intense heat away from the engine block and blowing it into the car. Question 17. What does an inverted white triangle painted directly on the road pavement mean? Option A. A sharp speed bump is located immediately ahead. Option B. You are approaching a railroad crossing line. Option C. Yield to cross traffic or pedestrians ahead. Correct answer is Option C. Yield to cross traffic or pedestrians ahead. Known as yield teeth or a yield line, these inverted triangles show the exact point where you must yield or stop to give right-of-way to oncoming cross-traffic or pedestrians. They are frequently used at the entrances of multi-lane roundabouts. Question 18. What is this sign trying to tell you? Option A. Pedestrians only. Option B. No skating. Option C. Skaters permitted. Correct answer is Option C. Skaters permitted. This sign indicates that skating, rollerblading, or similar recreational activities are allowed in the designated area or pathway. Drivers should be alert for skaters nearby, while skaters should remain aware of other users and follow any posted rules. Question 19. What does a yellow painted curb mean regarding parking and stopping regulations? Option A. Parking is permitted for a limited time for all vehicles. Option B. Loading zone for freight, cargo, or passengers only. Option C. Parking is reserved exclusively for nearby residential owners. Correct answer is Option B. Loading zone for freight, cargo, or passengers only. A yellow curb marks a commercial loading and unloading zone reserved for freight, cargo, or passengers. Non-commercial drivers are usually prohibited from parking here entirely, or they are restricted to an active 3 to 5 minute loading window while staying inside the car. Question 20. If you are driving on a road with a speed limit of 45 miles per hour, but the weather is a heavy downpour and visibility is low, what is the legal speed? Option A. You must drive exactly 45 miles per hour as posted. Option B. You may drive up to 55 miles per hour to clear the rain zone quickly. Option C. A safe speed for the conditions, even if it is much lower than 45 miles per hour. Correct answer is Option C. a safe speed for the conditions, even if it is much lower than 45 miles per hour. Under the basic speed law, your speed must match current conditions, not just the sign on the post. Driving the full 45 miles per hour in a heavy downpour can easily lead to hydroplaning or a crash, making you legally at fault for driving too fast for conditions, despite the sign. Question 21. When you approach a roundabout, which vehicles have the right-of-way? Option A. Vehicles already inside the roundabout. Option B. Vehicles entering the roundabout from the right. Option C. The largest or heaviest vehicles entering the circle. Correct answer is Option A. Vehicles already inside the roundabout. Traffic already circulating inside the roundabout ring always has absolute right-of-way. Vehicles approaching the roundabout must slow down, look to their left, and yield to any oncoming vehicles inside the circle before finding a safe gap to merge. Question 22. What does a diamond-shaped yellow sign featuring a black silhouette of a deer indicate? Option A. A state park or wildlife refuge entrance is ahead. Option B. You are entering a zone where hunting is permitted near the road. Option C. Deer frequently cross the roadway in this area. Be alert. Correct answer is Option C. Deer frequently cross the roadway in this area. Be alert. This is a warning sign placed in high-risk wildlife areas where deer are known to cross the road frequently. When you see this sign, you should scan the shoulders of the road, slow down slightly, and be ready to brake quickly, as deer often travel in small herds. Question 23. What is the correct way to recover from an unexpected tire blowout while driving at high speed? Option A. Slam on the brakes hard to bring the car to an immediate stop. Option B. Steer sharply toward the shoulder while pumping the brakes. Option C. Grip the steering wheel firmly, ease off the gas, and brake gently once stable. Correct answer is Option C. Grip the steering wheel firmly, ease off the gas, and brake gently once stable. Slamming on the brakes during a blowout will cause your vehicle to spin out or roll over. Instead, you must keep a firm, steady grip on the steering wheel. Slowly lift your foot completely off the gas pedal to let the car slow down naturally and steer gently toward the shoulder. Question 24. What does this road sign tell drivers? Option A. Hospital. Option B. Lodging. Option C. Rest area. Correct answer is Option B. Lodging. This guide sign indicates the location of hotels, motels, inns, or other lodging facilities nearby. It assists travelers looking for overnight accommodations by directing them toward available places to stay. Question 25. What do two solid white lines painted between two lanes moving in the same direction mean? Option A. Lane changes are permitted if you use your turn signal. Option B. Lane changes are strictly prohibited in this section. Option C. The lane on the left is ending and must merge right. Correct answer is option B. Lane changes are strictly prohibited in this section. Double solid white lines separate lanes moving in the exact same direction, where lane changing is highly dangerous and strictly illegal. You will see these used inside tunnels, on bridges, or separating high-speed express carpool lanes from regular freeway traffic. Question 26. When traveling behind a large commercial truck, why should you maintain a larger following distance than usual? Option A. To prevent the truck from rolling backward into your car. Option B. To allow yourself a better view of the road ahead and stay out of their rear blind spot. Option C. To protect your vehicle's paint from kicking gravel. Correct answer is option B. To allow yourself a better view of the road ahead and stay out of their rear blind spot. Trucks have massive rear blind spots, often called no zones. If you follow a truck too closely, the driver cannot see you in their side mirrors, and you completely block your own forward view, preventing you from seeing traffic hazards or debris ahead of time. Question 27. Under what condition is it legal to pass another vehicle by crossing a single, solid white line? Option A. Whenever the vehicle ahead is moving below the speed limit. Option B. Crossing a solid white line is discouraged but legal if conditions are safe. Option C. It is never legal under any circumstance. Correct answer is option B. Crossing a solid white line is discouraged, but legal if conditions are safe. A single solid white line is used to discourage lane changes because it marks a higher risk area, like right before an intersection. While crossing it is discouraged, it is not strictly illegal, like a double solid white line, meaning you can cross it if an emergency requires it. Question 28. What does a flashing yellow traffic light at an intersection mean? Option A. Stop completely. Yield to all cross traffic, then proceed when safe. Option B. The traffic signal is broken and must be treated as a four-way stop. Option C. Slow down. Look carefully for hazards and proceed with caution. Correct answer is option C. Slow down, look carefully for hazards, and proceed with caution. A flashing yellow light means you do not need to come to a complete stop, but you must reduce your speed, stay highly alert, scan the intersection for pedestrians or unexpected cross traffic, and proceed through the intersection with caution. Question 29. When turning left at an intersection, who must you yield the right-of-way to? Option A. Oncoming traffic moving straight or turning right, and pedestrians. Option B. Only pedestrians inside marked crosswalks. Option C. Vehicles turning left from the opposite direction. Correct answer is option A. Oncoming traffic moving straight or turning right, and pedestrians. When making an unprotected left turn, on a standard green light, not a green arrow, you must yield to all oncoming vehicles going straight or turning right, as well as any pedestrians crossing the street. You only turn when there is a completely clear, safe gap. Question 30. What does this sign mean on the road? Option A. Right turn only. Option B. Keep right. Option C. One way, right. Correct answer is option C, one-way, right. This regulatory sign indicates that traffic is permitted to travel only in the direction of the arrow, which points to the right. Drivers must turn right or proceed only in the indicated direction and must not drive against the one-way traffic flow. So, how did you do? Share your score in the comments and let everyone know if you're ready for the real exam. If you missed a few questions, don't worry. Every practice test helps you improve and get closer to passing. If you found this challenge useful, be sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more DMV practice tests, road sign quizzes, and driving test preparation. Keep practicing, stay confident, and good luck at the DMV.